Shipwright's production of the fifth cycle play Noah's Flood, commissioned by Lord Peter Andrews Barrington, as performed this fine spring day in the year of our Lord 1591. Come marvel at the mariners' craftsmanship, performed respectively by the water leaders and drawers of the River Dee. I give you the tale of Noah's Flood.
The world that our Lord had created had become corrupt. The people of his world disobeyed him. God saw the wickedness of man, and he grieved for his creation. The Lord swore that the man he made he would also destroy. However, a young man named Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord, and God spoke to Noah and his family.
Noah, my servant free, a ship soon thou shalt make thee. 300 cubits it shall be long, and 50 of breadth to make it strong.
God told Noah of his plans for humanity, but as his loyal servant, Noah and his family would be spared the great flood that would destroy all mankind. Noah was grateful to the Lord, and he agreed to fulfill the Lord's wishes. He spoke to their sons and their wives about the task that the Lord had given them. Noah's sons were good men, and Shem offered his axe. Ham offered his hatchet for his father's aid, and Japheth brought his hammer and pins to fulfill the Lord's bidding. Noah's wife was a strong-willed woman, and she wished to help her husband and sons in their work. She and the other wives brought timber, haystock, and they made food for the men in their work. Once the ark was completed, again God spoke to Noah, and he told him to take animals inside the ark with him and his family.
Of beasts unclean 2 and 2, male and female without moe, he and she together.
So Noah and his family collected 2 of every animal and led them onto the ark. They took 2 giraffes, 2 elephants, 2 bears, 2 cows, 2 fish of the sea, 2 birds of the sky, 2 cats, 2 lions, and 2 sheep, finally. And after that, 2 of every other animal that inhabited the earth.
Once 2 of every kind of animal was safe onto the ark, God continued.
Here thou shalt remain for 40 days and 40 nights. Rain shall fall for man's unrights, and that I have seen made through my mights, now I think to destroy. Come thou and all thy house into the ark, for thee have I seen righteous before me in this generation.
So Noah and his family set about boarding the ark. Noah's wife remained behind. Noah called for her to come into the safety of the ark, but she refused to leave dry land. She told Noah to leave without her, and that she would not leave her friends behind. She felt that they did not deserve to die. They had loved her, and she had loved them, and she would stay to save their lives.
No matter how hard Noah tried, his wife would not come to the ark. She told him to set sail and find himself a new wife. Eventually, Shem went to fetch his mother, yet she still refused to be moved. It came to pass that after 7 days the waters of the flood were upon the earth. As the winds picked up and the water began to flow, Noah's wife drank with her friends and tried to ease their fear. As a last attempt, Japheth and Ham set out to bring their mother to safety, with her permission or without.
Oh, shut up!
Against her will, she boarded the ark and repeatedly boxed Noah about the ear for his trouble.
Why?
The waters of flood grew higher still, and lifted the ark above the earth. All the hills that had been under the whole heavens were covered. Upward did the water prevail, until the tallest mountains were covered. And all flesh that died moved upon the earth, both of fowl, and of cattle, and of beasts, and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. And every man, all in whose lungs bore the breath of life, and all that was in the dry land, died. God remembered Noah and every living thing that was with him in the ark. And God made a wind to pass over the earth, and the waters were restrained.
The water began to flow from the earth, until the mountains were seen once again, and the hills were brought once more into view. At the end of 40 days, Noah sent out a dove from the ark to find a sign that it was safe to return to land. The dove returned, carrying an olive branch, which Noah took as a sign of peace from our Lord. As the earth began to dry and the waters ebbed away, God spoke to Noah.
Noah, take thy wife Anon, and thy children, every one, out of the ship, and thou shalt be gone, and they all
With thee. God proclaims that all the beasts and birds be free, whilst Noah, in his gratitude, offered his own animals up to sacrifice on God's altar.
God spoke one last time to Noah. He told Noah that he and his family shall multiply to edify the earth once more. An earth where all beasts shall be afraid of him, and the fish of the waves and the animals of the land shall sustain him and his family. God told Noah that to shed a man's blood is a sin, to harm mankind is wrong, and such a sin will be punished. Finally, the Lord raised a rainbow as a symbol of the promise to never allow his waters to wash away the entirety of humanity's sin ever again.
Thus ends the Shipwright's play. May this moral tale guide you in your days. May you be generous in your appreciation to the Shipwrights Guild. Until we meet again, may God be with you.